This was a pop quiz which was related to the motion pop quiz 4. All MCQs were there in this pop quiz. So in the first question, a sprinter run a 100-meter race in a straight line. And the table shows how his speed changes with time. So how the speed is changing with time, that is given. What is the average acceleration between 2 and 3 seconds? So how to work out an acceleration? Acceleration is the change in velocity divided by time. So between 2 and 3 seconds, the final speed is 5.7. The starting speed is 4.1. And how much time it took? It took like from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. The time interval is 1. So 5.7 minus 4.1 divided by 1. So which is equals to 1.6. So 1.6 meter per second square. So A will be the right answer for this. Next question, a student determines the average speed of a bubble rising through a liquid at a constant speed. When the student starts the stopwatch, the bubble is at position P. After 2 seconds, the bubble is at position Q. What is the speed of the bubble from P to Q? So you have to calculate the distance traveled. So at this point, how much is the distance travel? Like this one is 18.1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is 18.4. And this one is 25.5, 6, and 7. So this is 25.7. So to know how much distance it has covered, we will take the difference. So it will be 25.7 minus 18.4, which is equals to 7.3. So 7.3. And because this one is 25.7 and this is 18.1 to, so it's 18.3. So 18.3, so this will become 7.4. So 7.4 is the total distance it traveled, and divided by the time interval, how much time it took. It took 2 seconds to move the distance divided by time, we get the speed. So 7.4 divided by 2, that will get us 3.7. So B should be the right answer. Then in question 3, which statement about acceleration is correct? So what acceleration is related to? It is related to changing the speed of an object. That's right. So acceleration is the change in speed or change in the velocity or change in direction also. If an object changes the direction, that also related to acceleration. It is what about option B? It is a distance. It is the distance an object travels in 1 second. So actually that is refers to speed, not acceleration. It is a force acting on an object divided by the distance traveled in 1 second. So force divided by speed, that does not give us the acceleration because acceleration is force divided by mass. And it is a force acting on an object when it is near the earth. That's not about acceleration, that is about gravity. So A is the right answer, that shows acceleration. In question 4, a ball hits a bat with a velocity of 30 meters per second and leaves the bat traveling with a velocity of 20 meters per second in opposite direction. The ball is in contact with the bat for 0.1 second. What is the magnitude of acceleration? So to calculate an acceleration, acceleration is the change in the velocity divided by time. So as the ball was approaching a bat, it was moving at a speed of 30 meters per second. When the bat hits the ball bounced back with a speed of 20 meter per second. Because the direction changes, so how we represent a changing direction in physics, we represent by using the sign. So if one of them you are taking as positive, the other one you should take as negative. Like example, if I'm taking the initial as negative, so the final one I will take as positive. Or you can take other way around, you can take initial as positive, so final will be negative. Because they are in opposite direction, that's why we have to take one positive, the other one is negative. So if I'm taking the final speed as positive, so final speed is 20 minus, this is a sign for the formula, like acceleration is v minus u. And what about the starting speed? The initial speed is minus 30 divided by the time interval, which is 0.1. When we simplify, it will be 20, negative, negative, minus, minus, it will be plus 30 divided by 0.1. 20 plus 30, that's equal to 50 divided by 0.1. And when 50 is divided by 0.1, that will give us the 500 meter per second square. So whenever a question is there in which an object is changing the direction, you have to take one direction as positive, the other one is negative. If I take initial one as positive and the final is negative, so I will get the answer in negative, like I'll get minus 500. But because they ask only for magnitude, they are only asking for the value. So the negative sign is you don't have to include, you just need the number. Is it clear? Question 14, question 4, sorry. Any doubt in question 4? So whenever object changes the direction, you have to take one as positive, the other one should be negative. Then what is the unit of acceleration? So what is the unit of acceleration? The unit of acceleration is meter per second square. This grams per centimeter cube, it's a unit of density. Meter per second, it's a unit of speed. Newton per meter, like force acting per distance. The meter per second square is representing acceleration. An object is moving at a uniform means constant. Deceleration means decreasing speed. Which statement describes its motion? Its rate of change in speed is decreasing. When a rate of change in speed is decreasing, what we say acceleration is decreasing. So A is acceleration decreasing. Its speed is constant. When speed is constant, it means there is no acceleration. When the speed is decreasing, what we call that as deceleration. So C is the right. When the speed is increasing, we call that as acceleration. So C is explaining the idea that the object is decelerating or its speed is decreasing. In question 7, a runner runs 300 meters with an average speed of 3 meters per second, then runs another 300 meters with an average speed of 6 meters per second. What is her average speed for the total distance of 600 meters? So how we can work out? So first the runner runs 300 meters, and how much, what's the speed at which the runner runs? That is 3 meters per second. Then the runner runs 600 meters with a speed of 6 meters per second. So we need an average speed to run this whole 600 meters. To get the average speed, the average speed is the total distance divided by total time. So total distance is 600. But what about the total time? So you have to find the time to run the first 300 meters and then find the time to run the remaining 300 meters, and then the total time will be the sum of the two. So how much time it will take to run the first 300 meters? So it will be 300 divided by 3, which is equals to 100 seconds. Then this will be 600 divided by 6. Sorry, 300 is there. So this is representing 100, and the other is also 300, not 600. The remaining another 300. So another 300 in 6 with a speed of 6 meters per second. So how much time it will take? So 300 divided by 6. So we'll get 50 seconds. So it will take 50 seconds to run the remaining 300 meters. So first 300 meters run with a speed of 3 meters per second. So it means it took 100 seconds. The second 300 meters run with a speed of 6 meters per second. So it will take 50 seconds. What's the total time for the journey? That is equals to 150 seconds. So it will be 600 divided by 150. That's equal to 4 meters per second. That's the average speed to run the total 600 meters. Is it clear? Discussion? The next question, a similar question. A runner runs 400 meters. So a runner runs 400 meters with an average speed of 4 meters per second. She runs the first 200 meters in 40 seconds. How long it will take to run the remaining 200 meters? So first what we will do, we will work out how much time a runner will take to complete this 400 meters. So the total time a runner will take, it will be equals to 400 divided by 4. So the runner will take 100 seconds to run this or to complete this race. So if a runner is taking total time of 100 seconds to run this race, the first 200 meters completed in 40 seconds. So how long it will take to run the remaining 200 meters? So because the total journey lasts for 100 seconds, so if the first part of a journey is 40 seconds, then the remaining will be 60 seconds. So A should be the right answer. So we work out the total time to run the 400 meters. We know how much time it took to run the first 200 meters. So remaining it will take to run the remaining 200 meters, it will run by taking a difference between the total time and the time to complete the first part of the journey. A car travels along the route PQRST in 30 minutes. What is the average speed of the car? So how to work out an average speed? The average speed is the total distance divided by total time. So what is the total distance? 10, 5, 10, 5. So the total distance, when we sum, it will be 30 kilometers. What about the time? Because it took 30 minutes, but all the options of the speed are given in kilometer per hour. So we have to convert this time into hours. So how to convert the minutes into hours? You have to divide by 60. So 30 minutes equals to half an hour. So you will have 30 divided by 0.5, which is equals to 60 kilometer per hour. So option D will be the right answer. Question 10. A car travels 100 kilometers and the journey takes 2 hours. The highest speed is 80 kilometer per hour and the lowest speed is 40. What is the average speed of the journey? So what is the average speed of the journey? The average speed is the total distance divided by total time. So total distance, that is equals to 100 kilometers. And total time, the journey lasts for 2 hours, so it will be divided by 2. So 100 divided by 2, we get 50 kilometer per hour. Even though the highest and the lowest speed was given, but we don't have to take average from those. Why? Because it's not mentioned that for how long it traveled with a speed of 40 and how long it traveled with a speed of 80. That's why you cannot take an average by adding them and divide it by 2. In question 11, the train begins journey from a station traveled 60 kilometers in 20 minutes. What is the average speed? Look, all the options are in meter per second. So you have to convert the distance in meter and you have to convert time in seconds. So it was 60 kilometer. We have to convert into meter. So how to convert kilometer into meter? We multiply by 1000. So this will be equals to 60,000 meters. The time is given in second, time is given in minutes. You have to convert into seconds. So to convert minutes into second, what we do, we multiply it by 60. So it will be 6 multiplied by 2, 12. So it will be 1200 seconds. So to get an average speed, it will be 60 divided by 1200. So 0 will cancel with 0, 12, and this will be 5. So we are left with 50 meter per second. So why I convert the kilometer into meters and why I convert minutes into seconds, because in the question, all the options are in meter per second. So if all the options are in meter per second for the speed, the distance must be in meter and the time should be in seconds. A student investigates the motion of a ball rolling down a slope. Which statement describes the motion of the ball? The first option, the acceleration is not constant. When you check the acceleration, like we say option A, like positions A, B, C, and D. So what is the acceleration? The change in the velocity, which is 2.8, and the time interval is 0.2. So 2.8 divided by 0.2, that's equal to 14. So the first part, the acceleration is 14 centimeter per second square, because the speed is given in centimeters, so the acceleration will be centimeter per second square. But from B to C, what is the change in the velocity? 5.1 minus 2.8, that's 2.3. So 2.3 divided by 0.2, that is equals to 11.5 centimeter per second square. So what it shows the acceleration is not constant. Like, because if acceleration was constant, even I don't have to calculate, I can check. Like if the first value is 0, the second is 2.5, the third value should also increase by the second value is 2.8. So the third value should also increase by 2.8. Then the fourth value should also increase by 2.8. If the acceleration was constant, then we should have the same change in the speed. But acceleration is not constant. That's why A is the right answer. What about option B? Acceleration is negative. Acceleration negative means the speed is decreasing, but you can clearly see that the speed of this object is increasing. The option C, the speed is decreasing. That's again, it's incorrect because the speed is increasing, all the parts, and the velocity is constant. Velocity is not at all constant because the value is not constant, as well as the direction is not same. Even though if the velocity, the magnitude was same, but if it is changing a direction, that's why we don't say a velocity is constant. So as it is changing the direction, so it means the velocity is not constant. In question 13, which statement about acceleration is correct? So acceleration is related to the changing speed of an object. This we did in the beginning of this exercise, the pop quiz. So this was a pop quiz which was related to motion.